Regression number 1. It's got a lot of bugs in it. I mean, a lot of bugs. And if you didn't have a phobia, I think you will after reading this book. Hey Frontline fans, welcome back to Comic Frontline and fans. You're back with me, Mike Spider Slayer, getting ready to do that all-important comic book review so you, the fans, can make a decision on what comic books to buy. Today, guys, we're talking about Colin Bunn's new book called Regression. This is issue number 1. The artwork is done by Danny Luckart, and the colors and the letters are done by Marie Enger. This book, when you read it, it's kind of creepy. There's a lot of bugs. There's a lot of trippy things going on in this book, so it's very interesting to look at. The one thing that I really noticed in this book was the paneling, especially when you look at page 1. Very interesting, where you have like this stone texture to separate certain things that were going on in the beginning of this issue. I thought that was really neat as well. So, what is this story about? What did I think about it? Well, let's talk about it first for a little bit. Alright, first of all, in the beginning of this book, you're introduced to some guy who says some interesting things, and he's cutting open a body. And, of course, when you see this body being gutted open, there's bugs and maggots and flies, and they fly all over the place. And you're just like, that is disgusting. And it's creepy. But really, what happens is, as we progress a little bit, we get introduced to our main character. And our main character's name is Adrian. And Adrian is having these crazy hallucinations. Not only these hallucinations, but he's having these nightmares as well. And he's at this barbecue, and no matter what's happening, whether he's having a good time or whatever it is, he's having this hallucination. One of his friends is trying to calm him down. He sees like maggots coming out of his eyeballs, flies coming out of his eyeballs, and the dude is just freaking out. He's sweating. He's just like losing it. And he runs into the house. He's puking all over the place. And even when he pukes, right, he sees a weird hand sticking out with more bugs and more crazy creatures flying out of it. And so that's when we're introduced to our other main character in here, or supporting character, and her name is Molly. And Molly is by Adrian's side. We don't really know too much about their relationship yet. They're just friends, as far as I know. And Molly really wants to help Adrian out, and tries to come up with a solution to Adrian's problem by seeing a hypnotist, because she feels that maybe he could help him in some way. So after some discussion in the book, we wound up seeing, yes, okay, you know, let's go see this hypnotist. And what happens is we get to see a little bit of what our hypnotist does on the side and whatnot, and then we get to see our hypnotist talk with Adrian, and you see him put him in this into this regression about going into past lives and things like that, and going back to his early days of his childhood to find out what's causing all these actual nightmares. So it was really quite interesting. In one part of the book, you really wound up seeing Adrian going back, and you wind up seeing, if you pay attention to the 2-page spread, you wind up seeing a lot of things that possibly affected his life when he was a little kid, maybe a girlfriend. We get to see this mysterious character in there that has to, maybe who got hung because he created murder. We get to see Adrian, who has a drinking problem, lost people in his life, there was a car accident. So you got to see a lot of things in this 2-page spread that has happened in Adrian's life that could have caused all these nightmares and things that has happened recently while all these things are acting up. So as the issue comes to an end, we wind up seeing that Molly is there for Adrian, and she says, maybe you could, still talk with Sid, and he'll help you. And he's like, okay, well, I gotta go sleep on it. So we see Adrian, he goes to sleep, and he has another one of these crazy nightmares. And this nightmare was intense, man. And I'm not going to spoil that. I want you guys to really read that. But at the end of the particular issue, we wound up seeing Adrian. He's like, oh my God, what did this guy do to me? And so he winds up calling the hypnotist to find out more answers. And that's basically how the issue ends. And it's left with this awesome cliffhanger. So, what did I think about this particular issue? I thought it was great. The mystery is awesome, and just what's going on in Adrian's head is even crazier. And who is this like mystery guy that is maybe part of Adrian's past life? Is he like a distant relative? Is he is it him? Is it just like another side of himself? Like, and why does Molly care so much? I want to see their relationship more. Like, where does she fit in into Adrian's life? How did they become friends? And it was just a really intriguing book, and it really wants you to read the second issue. It was a great setup, really intriguing, really gross, and you know, that's a lot of, you know, Colin Bunn's writing. He writes a lot of darker titles, and so if you're into that type of stuff, I say definitely, guys, pick this book up. This is a really well-written book. A lot of it is thought of. There's a lot of thought that goes into this book, and when you read the back of the book too, and you can see where Colin got this actual story from. So it's really quite interesting. So I definitely, again, say pick this book up. I'm going to give this book 4.25 out of 5 stars. Might not be for the lighthearted or, you know, for younger readers, but definitely for the older reader. And if you like mysteries and you like things unfolding and horror books and stuff like that, definitely pick this book up. I think you're going to really enjoy it. So guys, in the comments below, tell me what you thought of Regression issue number 1. Did you love it? Did you hate it? Did you like the artwork? Are you just as intrigued as I am? And guys, don't forget to check out comicfrontline.com. Don't forget to check out our live show each and every Tuesday night, 9:30, 10 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Last night we had an interview actually with Colin Bunn himself, and we had a lot of fun talking about the news and the top 5. So again, guys, as always, thank you for watching Comic Frontline. And until that next comic book review, this is Mike Spider signing off. See you soon, guys. Bye.